Alright, hello. This is a tutorial on how to make reflections for your MX Bikes models. This is how we get all the scratches, the lighting, so it looks like the OEM bikes. And I get asked this a lot. And I've kind of gatekeeped it, and now I don't really care about models. So I'm just going to share what I've learnt over the last 2 or so years I've been importing. But yeah, here's my Kawasaki import. This is for TCZ, so I won't be giving this out to anybody. But I've just removed a lot of the layers just to make things smoother on my end. But alright, so say you've done all your bike, go through here, draw a little graphics kit. Little graphics kit done. You've done your bike, you're ready to import it. Done little bits and bobs everywhere. So, norm. Turn your norm on. You're going to come to whatever extra parts you have on. So for you, it's a probably have a crossbar. And you're just going to export it. Just export TGA. Now here's where things can get a little bit messed up. You're going to create a new folder called whatever your FBX is. So, for example, in here I have tcz.fbx. I've made tcz.fbm. So for example, let's just say I have this. We'll just name this test, and then we'll name this one test.fbm. I don't think it's case sensitive, but just imagine that changed and my Photoshop will let me. So we'll go in there and we're just gonna delete these. Imagine I don't have these. We're going to go bike_n, export, then the spec. We're going to do the same thing. Got norms, take norms off, turn the specs on, and then here, this is what MX Bikes is weird for, but I like it, is the shininess is based on how bright something is. So the wider it is, the more it reflects in game, the less it is, the less it reflects. That's why I do my seat straight black. Usually I'll do my grips near straight black, but this is just an example, so I'm not going to bother going too in depth for that. I recommend just making just your forks and your clamps and maybe your swing arm, or just build it like whatever you got that you feel you want shiny, extra shiny, then go for it. Anyway, do this exact same process in here, bike_r 32-bit, and you're done with this. Close this one down, and then you're going to come in here, grab bike_n, bike_r, drag them in, make sure they're both centered, rasterize your layer here, and unlock your background. So we're going to go layer 0. If you have an alpha 1, just delete that. Click on red, make sure it's just red highlighted. Control I, and you'll see it flip. RGB, you're done with that. Bike_r, we're going to go image, adjustments, desaturate, image, adjustments, exposure. This is I like playing around with this. Usually at the start I would go about 4. This is in -0.4, -0.5. I think the sweet spot is -0.75. Doesn't give you that super SC1 look, which I guess annoying when you're riding. It just keeps it that nice sort of matte plasticky look, and you can see the scratches, I believe, a little bit. They're not as distracting, just the whole bike just looks nicer this way. So I'm going to confirm that. Then channels, click on red, duplicate it, name it alpha or A or whatever. I always just call it alpha. Click on alpha, make sure it's just alpha, then click on the red box. Now we're going to control click on the square, control C, deselect it, channels, alpha, control V. Make sure it's darker. And then once we've done that, we're going to highlight all 5 of them, like so. Make sure it's red over the top. That will just be fine in game, don't worry. bike_r for our reflection / spec. And then for our norm, we're going to go with that, keep the alpha on, bike_n. And then this is something you need a SHD file. Now inside, you need to make sure the SHD is the same name as your main TJ. This is a TJ for the bike, of course. You're going to open it, and inside you're going to make sure it matches your TJ names. Match that. Don't fiddle with the settings if you're making a model swap. I'll put this in the description so you have my settings I use for my imports, and that should pretty much be it. So if there's any questions, let me know, and hopefully this helps. You're welcome, Birdie.